Hello everyone. Today I wanted to walk you through the rest of my painting process for this piece I like to call the Monarch and the Jester, and I wanted to point out some tips and tricks I've been using while painting this piece. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my painting process. Here I am touching up the blacks and the orange on the wings. I should have been using a straight brush for this, but I'm too stubborn and I love my square brushes, so you'll see later that I'm going to have to go back in with a smaller brush, and I actually paint over my mistakes with the orange. I find that easier than just trying to fix everything with the black. So I decided that was enough on the butterfly and switched out to the clownfish. The clownfish looks a lot less finished than the butterfly, and it's because I actually redid it because I was not happy with how it looked the first time. Here I'm going with my white to blacken my shapes and to erase the mistakes I made with the previous clownfish. Here I'm blocking in the white stripes of the clownfish, so that way it's gonna really pop when it comes to the final piece. Originally I had a background planned, but I didn't like it, so here I'm deciding to get rid of it and to just go with a solid yellow background. Here is my favorite part. I'm painting in the stripes of the Jester's hat. I went with orange and white because, as you could tell, the Monarch had a lot of black in it, and I really wanted there to be some sort of visual balance between the two animals. So I decided having an orange and white heavy fish would balance really nicely with the heaviness of the black and white of the Monarch butterfly. Here I'm finishing up with the hat, and now it's time to move on to the eyes. Here I'm just adding up finishing touches to the clownfish's body, including the black stripes. Here I'm having a lot of difficulty with the tail, and you can actually see that I redo it a few times throughout the video, and I actually did it wrong. The black is on the inside for the tail and not the outside, but that's okay. With my animals, I really like big goofy eyes and big goofy mouths, and I'm just sticking my brush flat in twirling in a circle just to get a nice round shape because I wasn't happy with the original shape of the eyes. Here I'm going in with white just to separate the hat from the clownfish's body to give you that sort of visual break.
Hey, little fishies, little fish.
As you can tell, I was very excited about how the clownfish was coming along, so here I'm just finishing up the fins and the tail by adding some white in.
Hey, it's a fish. That's so cool.
Here I'm going with white to fix the Jester's hat a little bit, and I'm actually going to go in again and redo the eyes. I redo a lot of things in these paintings because acrylic isn't really my preferred medium. I just had these two panels that I wanted to do something with, and I had this really cute idea. So here I'm going in with that slam and twirl technique again just to get those nice beautiful circles, and then I can paint in those big goofy eyes later. I had enough of the Jester, so now I'm going to replace it back with the Monarch. Going back in with my white to block some of my shapes out, I'm blocking out the eye in like the fur spotted collar. Since I had my white, it's time to do the little dots on the butterfly wing. I'm using a very beaten up square brush, but that's okay. Like with the clownfish, I'm going in with the white to break up the areas of black of the Monarch butterfly. Painting in the weird butt thing that I had going on with the Monarch butterfly. I originally had it in a different pose, but I thought it was weird, so I'm covering it up again. And now I'm just blocking out the rest of the background. Going in with that orange like I promised I would with the same brush, just to get those lines a little cleaned up. I refuse to betray my square brush, so I'm just adding in the little black dots to the collar, and I'm adding the little fuzzy rim to the king hat. Here I'm adding some more dots to the fuzz of the crown and blocking the eye, and we're pretty much done with the Monarch and back to the Jester. I messed up on the tail, so I'm just trying to scrape it off with the palette knife and then just going back in with the orange. I decided to keep the bells white, so I'm just going in with the black just to add some of those bell details. Here's my favorite part because it means I was almost done. Now I'm just blocking in the rest of the background with this beautiful, beautiful cadmium yellow. clownfish was a little trickier because it had a lot more curves and tiny spaces than the butterfly did, but ultimately it wasn't that big a deal, and I had a lot of fun painting in the background. I realized I forgot the antenna on the butterfly, so that's what I'm doing here. But then I went in with that same beaten up square brush, and I realized, oh, that's bad. So I'm trying to scrape it off, and then I'm going to cover it with the yellow again. And then I decided, we're fine without it. Excuse the awkward cut, but now we're just filling in the details of what this piece was, and I actually like drawing little doodles on the back. It's just something fun. I hope you enjoyed my speed paint of the Monarch and the Jester. If you want to see more of my art, check out my Instagram and my website in the description. Have a wonderful day.